So, hi students, I welcome you for the lecture series on the welding process. So far we have discussed about the gas welding process. What are different flame characteristics we have defined. So if you remember the first lecture, we discussed about the different components required for successful welding process. The first thing is your workpiece, and next is the source of heat, tool, and an inhibitor. So with this, let's define the arc welding process. So arc welding is also called a shielded metal arc welding process. So what's a shield? We'll discuss in a short while. So it has actually, as the name indicates, arc. It has a electric arc which will be produced in this welding process. So there will be an arc which will be produced between the electrode and the workpiece. So here the source of heat is actually electricity. So current is your source of heat. So as you can see in this image, it depicts the gas welding process very effectively. So your source of heat will come from the electricity. So this particular region, this is actually called as the electric arc. So that arc is responsible for melting the workpiece and joining it together. And this particular part is actually called as your tool or your electrode. Here the tool is actually called as the electrode. In gas welding, the welding torch was actually called as the tool. So let's get into the shielded metal arc welding process. So it has various parts. The source of electricity is this particular region, which is called as your transformer. So current may either be AC or DC. So we will get our electricity from AC current because all our electrical lines are alternating current. So we'll use a transformer. So the purpose of transformer here is a step-up transformer. So what a step-up transformer does is it steps up the ampere. So it will increase the current. So a higher value or higher wattage is being generated. So if it is an AC current, AC welding, then we will use the current directly from the transformer. If it is a DC current, then we will use a rectifier to convert the alternating current into the direct current. So such like this. So we refer the rectifier and inverter for various purposes. So what happens is that one of the terminal will be connected to the electrode and the other terminal will be connected to the workpiece. So if it is an AC current, this may be your phase and this may be your neutral. In case of DC current, it may be positive, it may be negative. So it can be interchanged. These things can be interchanged and will be interchanged based on the suitable applications. So see in depth of why these things are interchanged, why the positive and negative terminal is interchanged in a separate lecture video. So just note that two terminals will be connected. One will be connected to the workpiece and another will be connected to the tool. So then there is the workpiece itself, and then you have your electrode holder, and this is the electrode. So the electrode used in this welding process is actually called as a consumable electrode. So why it is called as a consumable electrode? Because it will be consumed during the welding process. So if you have done the actual welding process, you would have noted that the size of the electrode will keep on decreasing every time you do the welding process. It's because the electrode will be the same material as that of the workpiece which is being used. For example, if the workpiece is used as stainless steel, the electrode will also be stainless steel. If you are welding cast iron, then the electrode will also be cast iron. So during the welding process, what happens is that it will get melted along with the electrode and it will fill the gap in this region. So hence it is also act as a filler material. So electrode will also act as a filler material and hence it is called as a consumable electrode. So other than that, there is a coating of flux here. So the flux, as I said in the gas welding, it is used to prevent oxygen from entering the welding region. As you can see here, it's nicely demonstrated. Here there is an actual layer of protecting gas which is actually carbon dioxide, CO2. So this CO2 prevents oxygen from entering the weld pool to prevent the oxidation. So this is the basic parts. So what happens in an arc welding is that, as you can see here, one minute I will clear it. So as you see here, there is a clear gap between the electrode and the workpiece. So this gap is what creates the arc. So that arc generates the heat, and that is in turn used to weld the workpiece together. So that's basically the operation of the gas welding process. So the thing to note here is that current is a source of heat, and you're using a consumable electrode in the shielded metal arc welding process. So thank you, students. We'll see you in the next lecture video.